Today we have with us Jesse James Bailey. He's the only man in the state of North Carolina to be sheriff of 2 counties. Here he is right here. Look at that pretty badge, folks. That's a solid gold badge. How you doing, Mr. Bailey?
Well, I'm getting along pretty good. I'm not sick.
Well, that's pretty
I'm
good.
just old.
Let's see if these kids out there can guess how old you are. Take a guess, kids. Now, he drove down here in his own car, walked all the stairs down here. How old are you?
If I can live the 14th day of next month, I'll be 90.
All right, 90 years old. That's pretty good.
Born in 1888. I've been in a racket ever since. I love feuds.
You
rackets.
love feuds?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm Madison County.
He was sheriff of Madison County during the time when they had prohibition. Now, that's when people were making moonshine and it was illegal. Tell us about a time maybe when you had to tell some big old lie to get one of the moonshiners in there.
Well, let's see now, about the biggest lie I ever told in my life, to try to dupe a fella into onto my side. Well, I believe I got a letter from, a sheriff always gets anonymous information. You get lots of anonymous letters and say they are running a still on the Jack's branch in such and such a place, and that is the case in this instance. Got a letter from Paint Rock, North Carolina, that says they're running a still on Jack's branch. And of course, I caught the train. There wasn't no automobile some days. Only 5 in Madison County, and 2 taxis. That's 7 cars in the entire county. But anyhow, I caught this morning train, went down to Paint Rock. That's about 30 miles from Marshall, the county seat. And I got down there about 8:30, and I got a couple of little deputies I had there in Paint Rock, and we went across the river there in a boat, canoe we'll call it, and to find the Jack's branch. Well, we hunted and hunted and hunted, and we couldn't find the Jack's branch, much less than a still. And the letter said that Lum Gawson was running a still on the Jack's branch near the Tennessee line. Joined Tennessee right there, Greene County. But anyhow, we bumbled around there in the mountains, and we didn't find nothing. And I had to get back to Paint Rock by 2 o'clock to catch my train back to Marshall. So we give up in despair and went on over by old man Lum's house. There's a young man there, the name of Boney Gosnell. I'll never forget him. He's dead now. And I loved him because he'd done me a favor. And I told Boney, I says, we've got your daddy arrested over the hill over here. Caught him at a still over there on Jack's branch a while ago, and then 2 of my men's taking him over to Paint Rock to take him up to Marshall on number 12. And I says, he sent me over here, me and these 2 men, to tell you to tell us where his liquor was. He wants to get out of this thing. He's going to quit moonshining, and we're going to help get him out, and so and so. I gave him a pretty good line, to be an ignorant mountaineer as I was myself. But this boy just went all to pieces. So we don't know nothing about no liquor. Well, Papa's got no liquor here. And I gave him a big smile and turned around and started to walk away like I was going to Paint Rock, to catch my train back. So he seen that I was serious, or thought I was. And he said, did Pap tell you that? I says, he sure did. And I seen you coming my way then. He said, well, if Pap told you that, says there's 35 gallons right over yonder behind that log where that stove wood's piled up. I said, let's go get it. We went out there and got that 35 gallons of liquor in fruit jars. They had it buried in the leaves, wasn't in the case, and in tow sacks. I poured that liquor all out. I couldn't carry it, to Paint Rock, about 2 miles over there, and had to cross the river. Anyhow, we poured it all out. We got it all poured out, and I gave him back the empty fruit jars and everything. And I looked at him with as good a smile as I could, and I said, son, I hate to tell you this, but I just told you a big lie. I says, I ain't seen your daddy. I can't find him. Old Boda says, I sure did play hell, didn't you? I said, no, you're all right. I says, I'm not going to arrest you at all. You just go on your way. And I didn't arrest him. I couldn't have the heart to after I told him that big lie, you know. And that's about the biggest lie I believe I ever told, to catch a man.
Well, that's pretty good.
And,
Now, you folks come back next week, and you can hear about a big lie that an old moonshiner told Jesse James Bailey.
yeah,
See you
they
then.
told me something about as big as that, or bigger. That's where I learned to tell them, from the moonshiners.